Hey everybody, it's Alberto and here. Going to give you guys just a brief little video of how I make my own Minecraft skins. Basically what I use here is I go over to Newgrounds and I search up this thing called Skincraft. My preferred skin maker. I was recommended to it by a friend and I've been in love with the program ever since. Honestly, this program is owned by whoever owns it. I'm not claiming it as my own. Just gonna get that out right here. Basically what you do is you go to New Skin. And it gives you a choice from blank skin, the normal Minecraft Steve, and different versions of skins, plus a little robot. My recommendation for all you artists out there, start with blank. And basically what you do is you go over to New Layer, and choose one of these selections. You've got head, body, arms, legs, hat, and all. Basically, the head will just obviously do the head. And what you do is you just make your own little designs here. For head, it's your basic head, body is body, arms, legs, etc. But when you get to hat, this is basically just how you get a layer right above the head layer you're currently making. I mean, this is optional after all, but I usually do this for things such as hair, hats, and hoods. I'm not going to go over everything because of the little time span I have. Basically, I'm going to make this guy have red hair. We're just going to call this guy Default. I guess we're just going to call this guy Default. This guy have red eyes, goofy looking smile. And just because we're not even trying here, make the skin a shade. Okay. Make this skin a lighter shade of pink. I'm just gonna go over this really quick. But for what I usually do is I usually take the time after I've done the design to add shading. As a matter of fact, shading will probably be your best friend in trying to get attention in Planet Minecraft and wherever you're trying to get your skins noticed by others. My recommendation is that if you're going to use a certain color, only the first layer of shading should only be a very little bit, a very tiny tad darker than the original skin color. Basically what you do is you go all over it, and then what you do is afterwards you get a color slightly darker than the shaded skin, and there you go. That's how I make it. For the body, self-explanatory. For suits, such as the Slender Man and anybody who wants to look tightly dressed in a, whoops, forgot this isn't a painting program. You basically want to try to do everything in your power to make it look like an actual drawing on paper, but keep in mind that it is not going to look perfect. It is 16 by 16-bit graphics. What you should usually do, since these are the top and bottom parts of the body, what you should do is make them you should make them really dark, because when you're running around the world of Minecraftia, all around the different servers, people aren't going to really have time to look at that. And if they are, they've got pretty big issues looking at cubed people. Anyways, Yep, just try to be patient with these programs. They will not turn out as perfect as you want them to be. Just gonna finish up this right here. Voila, he's got a nice, well, somewhat nice of a suit. For the arms, do note that you're not going to be able to do certain patterns on both arms. Like if you wanted a wristband on here, it is going to do that same wristband on the other side. It is very frustrating, and I don't know why Notch didn't. Notch, Dinnerbone, Jeb, and all those other people didn't fix this in earlier versions. But you can only do designs for both arms rather than just have one and the other. And basically for fingers, you can follow the design. What you'll have to do is put 2 lines right here, right here, right here. Vice versa if you want to do anything. Once again, try to do as best shading as you can. I'm just going to do this really quick because it's late and I got to do something. What you're going to see right here is that it seems like he is oozing liquid, and I did mean to do this because liquid, and all of those of you trying to make slime skins out there, you can use this to your best of abilities because it does make it look good, to be honest. If you're a nerd like me and you're trying to make a Venom skin, which I have tried to do, you want it to look drippy and liquidy. So what you want to do is you want to start off making a normal line, and then right underneath it, a tiny little dot. Just like an exclamation point. That's basically it. Nothing too much to it. Legs, same thing as the arms. Again, do whatever you want. I'm just gonna make it really lazy and simple here. Keep in mind, this program, you do have to be careful, because this right here will be the line where it'll split the legs up in front, and this line right here will be the line that you split in the back. If you are a perfectionist like me, just try to keep your sanity and do as much as you can in your power to try to keep it look neat and interesting. And for Assassin's Creed fans or anybody who wants to make robes for their character, it's simple. You just gotta learn your dimensions. You gotta do something like this in the front, which it'll make it look like robes in the front here, and then towards the very back, you just get rid of the line. Too much showing. I am very sorry. Anyways, I'm a lot more tired than I originally thought. And you make something sort of like this design in the back to be a little patch in the back. Or you can do this, and it'll look like the robes in the back. There you have it. And there's all of that. And like what I said before, all just shows you everything you've done, but you can fix it. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend using the all section because it does get a little sloppy, and I'm going to be honest. I have tried using it before and it did not turn out well, in my opinion. Like I said, just make sure you take the time to go over your skins, make sure you get a little bit of shading to the best of your liking, whatever satisfies whatever weird ideas you had in the first place. I know this is just an example, but I am very weird and I'm going to try to make it look better because I am a freak like that. And I am just going to export it here, save it as a PNG. Do note that these little blank files right here are what get saved. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to type in the name of the skin. Basically, you just gotta, for the first time, if you're planning to stay longer on this, you just gotta wait 13 seconds out of your time. We'll usually play a little, just play a little advertisement, and then once it's done, you just hit continue. It'll ask you if you want to upload to minecraft.net or just continue. What I usually do is I just continue, keep it out, or leave it alone. But do mind, if there is something you find wrong, you should keep it open after this next step, because I guarantee there is going to be at least one thing you will mess up in.